Okay, so this video is going to be a simple demonstration of creating a delegate. So it's a very simple application that's just using the console. It's a console application, and I'll use it just to demonstrate the very basic creation and use of delegates. So in order to create a delegate, we use the delegate keyword, and you do it outside of the class. Let's create a delegate called work perform handler, and for it to have two parameters, so let's make this work in enum real quick. And let's put two variables in it. Pizza the delivery, computer programming, let's just put two. So here's a delegate with it has two signature. The method has to have exactly two variables, so you can go ahead and put a method here, or we can call it and then we can do console.write line. So we have two different jobs. So in order to start using our delegate, we need to instantiate it first. So we say work perform handler, call it delegate 1, and then here what we need to do is we need to put the name of the method, perform work 1, and then we can create another one, del2, and this one we'll call work perform 2, and we can go ahead and put the console.read so it stops. So when we call this, so in order first of all to call it, although we instantiated it here, I mean we create an instance, we still need to call it, and the way we do it is we call it just like any other method, and we put, let's say, 5 hours delivering pizzas. So we say order pizza delivery, and let's say second one we do 8 hours computer programming. So it performed both, but we can't really tell because I don't have anything here, so I can go ahead and add. So it performed both of these, called both of these methods, and this is how we do it. So another example here is to show a little bit of how, the power of using the delegates is that we can sort of dynamically call these two methods without knowing which method we're going to call. So if we have another method here, do work, this method can actually receive the handler, and now we can go ahead and use this to call one of the methods. We don't know which one, but the data is right here. 5, and then we say this is a little confusing because we are passing the data that should kind of go in our example with the certain, seems like it should go with a certain method, but let's say that we are calling, depending of the data here, the decision of which method is going to be called is going to be made here outside, so it can be made in a completely different area. So here all we do is we say do work, and then we said which one, which delegate, so we can say delegate 2. So we know that delegate 2 is going to call perform work 2. So perform work 2 in all reality can actually do something different. But the decision of which one was made can be done outside of this method that does the work. So we should get we should call this one and send the computer program into it. It's a little bit confusing example, but yeah. But to remember is just that we can just pass the handler. The handler can then decide which of the methods is going to be called. This doesn't even know which method is being called. It's being decided outside of it. And that's, as I've seen so far, a pretty powerful concept in object-oriented programming, is that we're not, in a sense, there's a little bit less coupling here as well. So, and also behind the scenes, when we created this delegate, it's good to remember that it created its own type that inherits from the delegate, certain type of delegate base class.